Hey guys, Nathan Reed here, money closer, entrepreneur, Nerium international worker. You're getting 2 videos today. I changed my shirt. Now you're in Wolverine. I'm actually going to start a new trend for the next, like 2 weeks, because I love doing a video a day. I'm going to show you my level of nerdiness by showing you just how many comic book shirts I actually have. And the reason why I'm doing that is so that you guys can really see that everyone who's doing this comes from all walks of life. They are young, they are old, they are entrepreneurs, they've never done business before, they've never done sales before. Whatever the situation is, you can be better and you can do more. And the reason why I like making these videos is because if one person sees it and it just changes their perspective on what they can accomplish in their life, the whole video series is worth it. This is one of the, I want to say, the hardest things to tackle because we accept it when the person says it, all right? Now, there is a whole audio series on closes that Grant Cardone has called The Closer Survival Guide on audio. I can't even say how much that audio package is worth, not how much it costs, how much it's worth. Because when you guys get a book that's $10 and you get a $30,000 idea out of it, that wasn't a $10 book. That was a $30,000 book. So just understand that. I love that my notifications are going off. I was just reading it real fast. So this is about think about it. Okay? This is the most challenging thing because when someone says, "Oh, I've looked at it and I'd love to think about it," normally we go, "Great, get back to me when you can." You lost them. You lost the sale, you lost the interest, you lost it. People love adding time to decisions because they think it makes them feel better, but it doesn't. And I use this example. This isn't in the audio series. This is just my own kind of way of thinking. If Richard Branson, the CEO of Virgin, said, "I need you to get $500 together. I'm taking 30 entrepreneurs to my private island," which if you haven't looked up Richard Branson's private island, do that. Talk about a goal that you want to achieve. If he's like, "I need you to get $500, we're leaving on a private jet right now, and you get to hang out for an entire week with 30 entrepreneurs." Now, if you were a business person, or if you were anybody who wanted to get anything done with life, you would beg, borrow, sort of steal that money to be on that flight. So that means that you were sold on that idea of going because you knew that you were going to get something out of it that was worth way more than the $500 or whatever the amount is. Doesn't really matter. I'm just using 500 as an arbitrary number. So when someone says, "I want to think about it," you have to know that there is an unspoken objection to why they're stalling. People love to stall. They love to stall. They love to be like, "Give me the weekend, I'll look it over," and da-da-da-da-da. That doesn't mean that you can't give them more information for them to look at, but give them a deadline that's going to shorten that amount of time. Because if I send somebody something, I'm going to be like, "Great, do you have 10:30 tomorrow morning to be able to talk about this? Does that time work again for you if we are having a 10:30 call?" And they'd be like, "Great, yeah, 10:30 works, great." So set that up, and then also know that when somebody has an unspoken objection, sometimes material can solve it, sometimes a series of questions can stall it. And sometimes I just give them the story of, "I agree with you, that actually I like to think about things when I do things." And then you add this caveat. But the truth is that this is the right thing for you. You know it is. And whether you make the decision today or whether you make the decision a week from now, it is not going to change the fact that you have to do this. So doing it next week does not help them. They think it helps them. They think, "Oh, if I can just, not make a rash decision." Guys, you aren't making a rash decision, okay? Making a rash decision would be knowing nothing about the company, nothing about the person that you're doing business with, and just jumping in, right? That would be a rash decision. But if you've seen the information, if you've seen how the company can help you, and if you've seen that there are mentors that are there to help you succeed, you don't need to think about it. You've already thought about it. You've already thought about how you actually needed to change your life. So look at that statement, think about it, right? And just know you got to handle it, and just handle it in a regular conversation, but do not be sold on think about it, okay? Don't let the person, be like, okay, great, I'll talk to you later. You'll chase that person down, and 2 weeks later, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna say, oh, you know what, I'm not interested. And you just wasted 2 weeks of time where they already knew their decision beforehand. And one of the great things Grant has is that he says, if you're gonna lose a deal, lose it on your terms. And I really love that. And I use that for financiers. I use that for people that I do business with is, I wanna know, are you game? Are you ready? And if you need another phone call with somebody else, great. But the worst thing that can happen is they go talk to someone else and get their advice on it. Do you know that when the majority of time that happens, they are talking to a broke person, somebody who doesn't know business, and somebody who is going to give them the fear of what you're about to do. And then you listen to them. Guys, be careful who you're taking advice from, all right? And I know this is harsh. I know that this is like a lot for people to handle. But if you don't have the bank account that I want, if you don't have the lifestyle that I want, if you don't have the family that I want, you can't give me advice. So think about that, okay? If you want to truly think about something. I hope this was helpful. I hope that's one of the really, really big stalls that are out there as I want to think about it. If you want some help with that, Grant Cardone has the book of the Closer Survival Guide. The audio really just seals that deal, but the book, it's only about $30. That's amazing. So anyway, guys, I hope this is helpful. Thanks.